Good evening, guys. How are we doing? I was just over in Discord making it invite only after our last round of guys came in. Figured we might need to try to start control who's allowed around here anymore. But, anywho, Mike, Nuke, Andrew, Virus, all welcome in. Hig. Who else we got? I saw some new names in that. George, welcome in. I haven't seen you before, but welcome. Glad you're here. Tommy, welcome in, bud. We are doing well. Chat is lively to begin with. Herman's here. Hey, Herman. Jay's here. Jay's doing better than last night. Excellent. Excellent. Glad you're feeling better, Jay. My boys are back in town. Yeah. If you guys, real quick before we get started, if you guys have not checked out the Discord, I'm joking about putting a restriction on it. It's just because Nuke joined. We gotta watch the type of people we let in. But other than that, everyone else is good. Higgs put a great set of pictures and a couple of videos in the Discord today on the Trucks, Tractors, and Boats channel, I think it was. So if you haven't checked that out, super, super cool stuff. Higgs, thanks so much for sharing all that stuff. Yeah, I've seen the carrot comments. When I opened the stream, the very first comment in my chat is Mike saying he'll probably shut the stream down if we mention carrots. That's what I turned it on to. So you guys are hilarious. So we are still in November. Nuke, it's because I want the carrots. No, Nuke, it's not the carrots. It's the combination of you and Mike. You guys are good for each other and bad for me is how that works out. Sergeant Savage, welcome in. What's up? We're doing well. Hope you're doing well, too. You guys combined know how to get at it. I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm glad you guys are all here. Tommy, yeah. Tommy, you're good. Don't worry. Tommy's good. And Tommy, hey, if it was you, I was remembering today, you asked last night about, was it episode 27 from the T5 series? That was mispublished. So I think I answered your question, but it wasn't. I didn't understand your question. So yeah, episode 27 was supposed to be in a different state. So I got that fixed today. So if my answer didn't make sense last night, I didn't understand there was a problem. But episode 27 for the T5 series is back. Nuke and Mike. Yeah, when we get on the big multiplayer server, there's gonna be a Nuke Mike farm or a Mike Nuke farm, and if you don't behave on the well-behaved farms and you don't play well with others, we're gonna send you down to see Uncle Mike and Uncle Nuke, and all they get to do is carrots and parsnips and sugar beets and red beets with hand pushable root harvesters. Yeah, so Tommy, I appreciate that. I didn't understand the question last night. You were right. There was something wrong with that video, so I got that fixed. The dark side. We'll call it, it's the carrot side. So, Nike, I like that. Look at that. Well done. All right. So, a couple of updates. We'll get into some stuff and get going. I did replace our low loader trailer, our low boy. I went back to the old standby, the Kalen Siebert 48-foot with the extensions. This thing just works so much better. I had to do a little bit of driving. We are in the night of November where we left off last episode because I logged in today to just clean everything up. And I don't remember who it was. It might have been Andrew, but somebody mentioned the AF11 in the sale. And, well, we had $600,000 after last night's contracts. And so now we own an AF11 with the massive, massive MacDon header. This thing is, I got the biggest one on the MacDon pack for this. So this one is the 19.2 meters. We have a 19.2 for the AF11 and the 17.4 for the New Holland. Let's see, what Nike, yep, sounds like fun. How's the header trailer doing this evening? Higgs, I checked it. I was going to leave it for you if it was bad. It will be. It's the third or fourth time it's done it. I thought I had it fixed, but I was mentioned in the Discord earlier, this retriever trailer and this header, when I log in sometimes, the header has completely rotated 90 degrees and has sent all the vehicles in this shed all over the place. So next time it happens, if it's not on stream, I will take a picture and send it to you guys, because I have to take it apart in pieces and drag everything out of there. It is quite a mess. I noticed the most weird things. The leash in RCR street was driving me nuts. Yeah, the leash. Yep. Just noticed you're down to 14K. Little spending spree. Yeah, that was the AF11. Yeah, so as I said, I came in, saw that in the sale, but you see we have 2 harvesting contracts done, and we have 2 cultivating contracts. So we're going to just knock those out. We're just going to turn it in. All that stuff gets, all the product, all the crop gets dropped off at the farm. So we're going to do that and then go right to bed and wake up in December. One of the things I want to work on tonight, we have this problem right here. So I dropped a farm node from auto drive right here, you guys can see, and I just send everything back here to get it back to the farm to get organized, and it's not far enough up. It's causing a backlog. So I actually want to get this area up here where the New Holland is. I want to get a shed put in there tonight, and I want to put in a loop to put the farm node on, so when we send stuff back to the farm, it pulls out of the way and all the rest of the auto drive network is clear. Because when things stop here, it blocks all kinds of auto drive settings. You can't do anything, so absolutely need to get that fixed. I forgot to tell you guys yesterday, me and my brother got our dad Formal M up and running. Now pull start it, but it runs. Very cool, Andrew. Very cool. If you have pictures, by all means, put them in the Discord. Love to see them. All right. Yeah, if Roderick's lurking in here, he put some pictures up of some old, he had an old Ford, an old JD, and there was a Kubota in the background. He put up the other day that he used as a kid growing up. Very, very cool. So get the AF11 pulled out of the way. And we'll get the Fent, our problem Fent. I did collect all of the straw off of the 2 harvests I did, so I'll show you guys in just a second. But we got 3 million liters of straw plus whatever's in here now, which is 566,000 liters. We're going to pull this to the back and put that in the animal pens first thing in the morning. But for right now, let's get everything else out of the way. And we need to turn in, so let's look at these contracts that I did this afternoon to pay off our new purchase. So we have 2 cultivating contracts. We did field 47 for 61,000. We did field 81 for 65,000. We can just collect both of those. I just wanted to show those to you guys. They are done. And actually, guys, I know no one's going to believe me, but I changed a bunch of settings on the Fent, and it didn't wander off the field. Courseplay didn't work as intended. It stopped, but it didn't wander into the trees and try to get lost. So we are making very, very slow progress towards being able to effectively use Courseplay. So the Punkin Peterbilt has all the canola off the big field for the big contract. I believe all of this stuff is going to the bulk fill station, so let's go dump that in. And then, as I said, we will just jump in, take a quick sleep, and end up in December with some projects to do. So pulling over here, I want to double check and make sure this is actually where this canola goes before dumping it all in and owing on the contract. So this is the bulk fill station. This is the bulk fill station. So we are good to go there. Let's get these dumped in. Oh, Andrew, not on Discord. That's all right. No big deal, man. If you were, we just love to see pictures. We were all looking at Higgs Farm today. He was posting pictures and videos. Some very cool stuff. Love seeing all that stuff. Yep, Mike, we're going right to bed. We're going right to bed. I just wanted to get these contracts done. I didn't want to turn them in, and then you have show up new harvester, no money, and wonder what happened and everything else. So that one's done, and then we're just going to grab the JCB, which is hooked up to the other trailer, and that is the last of the harvest stuff, and we will be moving on to December. No video proof, so it didn't happen. Yeah, I figured I wouldn't be cut any slack by you guys, and that's all right. That's the way we like it. This is the harvest, the canola from the little field that we harvested. I did the little field with the New Holland and the big field with the new case harvester. Posted a picture of that in the Discord. So we'll get this dropped off. This should knock out that contract. We're already at 141,000 after completing the other two. Why won't it dump? What do we got going on here? Let's see. He's blowing smoke. Let's see, Jay. Funny you were all talking about carrots at the beginning. I'm still on Dakota 69 harvesting 61 acres of where acres where I'll build my farm. Why is this not? There we go. I tell you guys, we were talking the other night about, you know, peripherals. My Farmstick still does not like the USB it's plugged into. You just saw me empty and now it won't empty. It's weird. Jay does. Jay plays 28-day months. I mean, he's an animal in and of itself. Andrew, do you have a link to it? Oh, to Discord? You can download it on the App Store on your phone. Certainly online. Tommy, I had an idea for a series and curious if something like this is done. I'm sure it has, and I'm sorry in advance if this is a lame idea. Total chaos. Going to continue another message. Okay, wait for the next message. The link is in the info for the video for Discord. Yeah, so that's to join the Discord, and you'll download it as well. Virus, 28-day months is crazy. Yeah, that's... Jay is a totally different beast. All right, so that is good to go. 609,000. Want to hit a quick save before we go to sleep, just in case, and then we're going to hit right into December. Get the daylight up so you guys can see what's going on and figure out what's going on here. So... started with a neat farmyard. Already have the stuff all over the yard. Head into bed. And let's, let's take a nice easy start. We'll do a 9:30 start for tomorrow morning. 1-to-1 time as well. He's just a real farmer. I always wondered, do you guys ever see those? Oh, we got some snow. All right, we have messages in the pigsty. We have some herdsman wages, so some things might have happened with the realistic livestock mod. You guys ever see those videos? And I always assume most of them are fake, but like the people who do the heavy machinery operation, like from an office, like it's basically like playing a video game, but they're running a giant excavator to mine or something. Like I always wonder, like if that's ever going to come to farming, right? You get all the AI installed into the harvester, and then some kid from New York City is running 6 harvesters on his iPad, making, you know, $100 an hour, doing it all digitally. I wonder if that's ever going to happen. Managing the entire map, no budget, just a year or two of harvest and all map productions. Also, when we were talking about Bird's Eye Time, I thought how cool it would be to have tons of stuff. Yeah, so you're basically saying like it's sort of like an own the map challenge, but it's an arable crop version of that. Yeah, I mean I think that makes sense. I don't know that I've seen that. I mean, I've seen a bunch of videos. There's a guy right now who, I gotta remember his name, Green Acre Farms, is Green something Farms, I think. He was doing an own the map on Alma. And he started out small with some small stuff, just doing arable. And he's trying to own all the productions, all the fields, all that kind of stuff. Did I adjust the audio at all? No, I didn't. Your voice seems lower. Not sure if it's something on my end or not. Quieter or deeper, Mike? Just want to make sure I'm understanding. There is a real autosave mod out there to help you not have to manually save. I hate the autosave. It drives me nuts. Braden, welcome in. Hey, how's it going, man? Hope you're having a good night. Thought the same, Mike. That's weird. Let's see. Let's check out the mic. Input is good. Yeah. Let me move it closer. See if that helps. Bring it up a little bit. Let me know if that changes anything. I can always reposition the mic. I can change my gain, too. That's not a big deal. But no, I did not change anything. Tommy, going at the same time. All the AI and balling out on equipment. Just crazy auto drives and such. Yeah. Yep. Arnie, welcome in. Is this the mobile version? Because, wow, the graphics are dog shit. No, not the mobile version. This is the full-on version. You watching on vertical or are you watching on horizontal there, Arnie? Higgs says that sounds fine. Mike says quieter. Got it. Sounds fine to me. Jay, 100,000 liters of carrots to the mill. Here we go again. Very nice. Let's go check out these messages from the herdsman on the pigsty and see what we got. Okay, move the mic up. Sounds better, Nuke. Okay, mic might have just been a little low, a little far away. Scooting in. You know, I'm slouching. That's all. Got to work on my posture. So, messages from the herdsman. Herdsman marked 3 animals for artificial insemination. We had the 1 die last month, so we have a new one. So, let's see which ones he marked. So, this one, no suitable male. This one has 12 babies. This one. So, is he going to do the artificial insemination? That's weird. Arnie, this is Backroads County 4X. It is a PC only map if that matters to you. So he should be, yeah, I mean, he should be, these pigs should be getting pregnant, and he is not getting the job done here. So he marked 4 yesterday, and then 1 died. He marked 3 again today. And those 3 are no suitable male, no suitable male, no suitable. These animals are not pregnant. So we have plenty of straws. Let's see. So we could come down here. I'm trying to figure out where we want to be. So we could come down here. We have the straws. They're sitting right there. So we have all the straws we need for this. That's interesting. Oh, bad service. No worries, Arnie. No worries at all. Here's a question. After rice, peas, and carrots, probably spinach, next least favorite crop in this game to harvest. Cotton. Definitely cotton. I don't like cotton. It's made much better by the early unload mod, but at least for FS22, there were so many issues with contracts. If you had a different baler than what they wanted you to lease, and it was a different size, the square versus the round, you'd have like 9,000 liters of cotton stuck in the cotton harvester, couldn't get it out, and then you'd fail the mission. So I have no patience for cotton at all. So let's see. Let's try to do some artificial insemination, get these pigs going. We're going to inseminate with the first one on that guy, and we'll come down to the second one. We'll use the second set of straws. If you guys notice, the straw number is going down. We went from 9 to 10, and then we will jump in here, and we'll use the first guy again. So there we go. We artificially inseminated all the pigs, so that is good to go. We'll see how that turns out in the morning. Who actually enjoys farming root crops in FS25? Excellent. Let's see. Mike, another gifted sub, buddy. Thank you so much. You're great. I really appreciate it. All right, looks like what's going to be 5. It's the feed is slow, so Mike, I bet it was 5. Thank you very much. Hey guys, if you got a gifted sub from Mike, that'd be Snoopy, Kyler, Joseph, Kingy Games. I missed one, and Rainbow Blitz. Thank you, Mike. Very, very generous and much, much appreciated. So we're coming in here. Let's check out the animals. Still only have 2. We are not getting any animals bought with the herdsman. And I think it's because he just can't find the right animals. So let's see if we come in here. He's only looking at Black Angus. I wonder what he has. Yeah, Mike is the crazy man virus. Mike, really, really appreciate it. Thank you, man. So we don't have a lot of good quality Angus cows is the problem for that herdsman. He's just not, none of the cows meet the criteria. So I'll put it up to you guys. Do we come in here and should we open it up and have all the breeds of cattle and just have a mixed pasture, or should we try to stick with just Black Angus and struggle through not having a lot of good options for animals? I'll let you guys respond. You know, just do it. Mike, that was your excuse last time. Just doing roots with Colossus. There's no other way. Yep. Lower the level and see if it actually buys anything. That's, yeah. So this morning when I was loading in, I bought that case. I lowered it to high. So now we'll lower it to average. For those of you with OCD, don't pay attention because the productivity bar doesn't line up with the other ones, even though it's set at the same setting. So that's just if you have OCD, you may not want to notice that. All right, let's see. So we lowered that. Let's go from there. $601,000 burning a hole in our pocket. Let's get this big drive-through shed placed for some of our bigger, longer, wider vehicles. And then we can get our auto drive course arranged. Not sure there's going to be much to do in the month of December. May progress through after getting the yard cleaned up and go on to January. Try to get back to some planting, but I do want to look at productions. And I know that there are two things that we need to add to the map. One, because we can't do stone picking, we need to put a stone quarry, whatever mine, whatever we're calling it, to get that in. And then the other one is I was watching some map previews on this, and I watched Farmer Cops, and apparently the mill, what is it, the Johnson and Sons mill, the one right up here in the top corner, this one right here, is not actually a production. It's actually just a placeable. Did I give Iowa Plains a look at BP? No, I have not, Mike. In 25, I had a massive playthrough on that one in FS22. That's a conversion. And it looks like they did a really nice job and preserved it, because that starting farmyard, I saw your comment earlier, the starting farmyard on Iowa Plains is that pig barn is crazy. The whole setup. You've got the high side of the road, the low side of the road. The terrain in that area is great. Really, really cool things there, but I have not tried it in 25. All right, let's see. Was hoping slow start, but after a while, you should have made problems. Yep, got it. Okay, cool. Yeah, so we need a mill to put some stuff into to start getting flour going. But let's jump in here. Let's head to the construction menu, do a little construction in the snow. We put in this shed over here. The shelter with solar roof for some of our trucks to pull through. I like this one, and then there's one other big one. You can rotate them and run them this way, and then you pull in lengthwise for the longer stuff. And as you can see, let's zoom in just a little bit here, we are generally about as long as the case and the header, so a nice way to get some of the big equipment out of the weather. I do want to get an actual shed for the harvesters and get them out of the weather, but let's see what else we have. This one's nice. I've used this one before. All right, so we got to get the case out of the way, and then we can get that placed, and we'll get some stuff under shelter out of the snow. It was a conversion. I'm a fan of the productions on the map. Bunch of products I've yet to see. Yeah, you were telling me, like, the pies. It was a blueberry and pumpkin and apple. There's all kinds of, like, bakery stuff. Yeah, that stuff's fun. I like that stuff, too. It's nice to add those stuff. We were talking the other night. Some of the mods, are interesting when they add a bunch of new stuff, but if they're just standalone for the sake of being standalone, and they don't interact with anything else, that's not as much fun. But when things like the bakery do all that, and you can bring your other products there, that is nice. So we're going to get this guy placed. That is going to be a tight corner coming out of here. We are going to have to get that cleaned up. So let's see what that looks like. See if we're happy with that. Hit it with a quick soften all the way around. Just get these edges cleaned up. And then I think we do a little bit of, yeah, so we got just a little bit of a bump there we got to get rid of. All right, so I don't know who it was talking in the comments. This was like a week or two ago. We were talking about, how when you start building farmyards, you end up with these giant blocks of gravel and concrete. Well, here we are, guys. We're getting to that point on this map where, we are starting to have everything gravel because we have such large equipment. Clean that up a little bit there. Come back. Let's throw some grass in along the silo here. Actually, I'm just going to grass in the outside edge of the silo because in real life that would The grass would grow all the way up to it. Then we'll get rid of that. And then we need to put some actual grass down. Now I'm hungry, Higgs says. The fuel tank might need to move. I agree. That could be in a bad spot. Crash into a rock, damaged vehicle, crash into a fuel tank. Farmyard goes bye-bye. You know, the knowledge dropped on this stream by you guys, not by me, by you guys, is second to none. If you're looking to learn some critical life lessons, you know, we learned the other night, you know, hitting things with the header, bad. You know, hitting rocks, bad. We are lifetime learners on this channel, always here for the lessons. So let's see how this comes out. I think this corner is going to be awfully tight. I think getting around here is going to be tight. So maybe we swing this out a little bit here. Widen it, and here we go. Now we just have gravel and concrete absolutely everywhere. Little spots like this, I think we backfill with a little bit of grass. I need to jump into a vehicle first and see if we have an auto drive course that comes through here. We do not. Perfect. Hydro poles, trees, yeah, the hydro poles got me a lot last night. The kind of mistake you only make once. True. Not a lot of living and learning there. There's just a lot of people attending your funeral at the end of that. Get all this filled in. Maybe we put the fuel tank over here. I think Hig had a good idea with moving the fuel tank, and I'm wondering if we just put it in over here. Funny when I zoom in how the snow immediately goes away. All right, so that's pretty good. We'll jump over here. Have a couple of these. Got to make sure you rotate your trees. You do not want to be the guy who fails to rotate your trees on stream. Imagine not rotating them. That would be awful. All right, grab a couple of these. Excellent. I love that. Now, the only problem with moving the fuel tank is I'm going to have to refund. You're going to have to refund the cost of the fuel because I filled this thing the last time we used it, or the last time when I put it down. Put a couple of videos on Discord of the tractor running. Very cool, Andrew. I want to see those. I'll check those out tonight when I get off. Hig, what would get you called out? Hig, I'm not sure I'm falling for this one again. You setting me up again? 26.5. We're going to sell that. We're going to move it over here. What did Hig get me with last night? Even I was laughing. It was so good. All right, let's see. Right about there. And then hit that with a soften. And then maybe even a little bit of gravel. And then we'll be able to put a... There we go. Excellent. Building in the snow is not nearly as enjoyable. Let's see. Nice, Andrew. Can't wait to check them out. Nice. We'll check out this. Yeah. Not rotating the trees would get you called out in a live. Yeah. It did, Hig. I got called out for not rotating my trees. You know, we have standards around here, and I was not keeping up with them, and that's on me. You know, that is 100% on me. All right. I'm not going to do the auto drive course just yet on these. I'm not sure what order I want to do, but I do want to get them out of the snow. It's a nice size shed, worked out well. But I think Hig's right. I think we're going to have to use this little grass patch here to get everything swung in and leveled out, because these are going to be wide turns. Getting everything lined up. Squared up here. Great. All right, so the only problem with this setup, love the new gas tank location. let's get that filled up. Which side is the trigger on? Is it on this side? It is 41,250. I paid that last time, so we're going to throw some money back at it because we didn't get it back in the sale. Let's just call it 40,000 even, since I used a little bit of fuel to keep a couple of things going. All squared away there. All right. What kind of insane person would ever call you out on rotating trees? That other girl sounds great, Andrew. I can't wait to hear it, Nuke. Oh, and Andrew's brother's riding. Cool. Cool. All right, so I think what we want to do now is check our silo and get as much stuff going in there as we can, which is what leads us to the problem with not having rocks on the map. So the Supply Factory mod, if you guys aren't familiar, does just a ton of things. It does seed from barley and corn, and this one is from wheat as well. It makes hay, herbicide, lime, liquid fertilizer. It has a built-in BGA-style manure processor that does manure to digestate methane and straw. You can make mineral feed. You can make pig food. You have multiple. You have grass, hay, and chaff silage recipes. You can make silage additive. I don't think I've ever seen that in a mod before. You can make silage additive, digestate slurry and water, and it gives you silage additive and methane. There is a BGA style slurry processor. I'm not sure how slurry gives you straw, but it does. You can make slurry from manure and water. You can make solid fertilizer. You can make sugar beet cut, which gives you stones. So that's an interesting option. We could be making sugar beets in the greenhouse and then bringing them over here and getting stones out of it that way, because we need the stones to make the lime, because we need the lime to make the where to go to make the mineral feed, because the mineral feed is soybeans, water, and lime. So we need stones somewhere on the map so we can get lime in the production and then go from there. We could just buy the lime, but I'd rather try to find a way to make it. So are we getting sugar beet out of the greenhouse? We are. So if we start making sugar beet, will that allow us to make slurry as well? No, but can we use, what do we use the sugar beet cut for in here? Is there anything that's actually using cut sugar beet? Or do you have to take that to an actual BGA to get rid of that? That's interesting, because that'd be a waste of sugar beet if we did that. Yeah, I don't think we're using the cut sugar beet for anything. So I think it's time to put a stone mine in. Let's see, what did I miss? My bad. My wife started telling me about her days ago as you answered my question. Let's rewind her answer. Own the map. So own the map is something people do. Got it. Yeah, it's the own the map challenges, Tommy, get tough. Those are long playthroughs. Not bad playthroughs. They're really, really long to do that. Now, if you just bought everything on the map and started and dove right in and were like, hey, we're just going to do every field, every production, and try to cycle everything, you know, I could see doing a challenge like that, like almost like something like Jay does, like set it to, you know, let's say as an example, you know, you're limited to 5-day months and you have to do everything on calendar. So you maintain your crop calendar, but you have to do it all in 5-day months. You're harvesting, planting, everything, cultivating, all those kinds of things could do that as well. Awesome view as well. Yep, our plant 100-acre sugar beets, or plant 100-acre sugar beets hig. It's too early for that. It's not. It's Elgato. It is 10 o'clock. I guess it's getting a little bit late. It might be able to talk me into it as the night gets later. Big field of sugar beet stock harvester. You had Nuke and Hig coming at the same time, and they got to be in the big field with the fence. Oh, come on. The fence is not going to be a problem, guys. We all know the fence is not going to be a problem. So let's jump into the map, and I want to find a piece of land. I'm wondering almost if we come down to speaking of the field with the fence, let's come down here, and is there a little area like at the top here, like right here? Could we put in like a stone quarry? Because we're not going to use that space. We can't get rid of the fence. So I'm wondering if we do that. So if we come into here, go to construction, go to productions, try to find where is the stone quarry. Here we go. 99, the debris crusher. So this thing does not produce a lot, but it produces enough. Man, that is awfully close to being fitting right in there. We could tuck it in here, but there's no way to get through that fence. That's actually a great spot for it. Too bad the fence is there and in the way. So if we bring this in here, 99,000, it's flat. We don't have any issues. Let's get that. Let's get a road put in. Dusty asphalt. That's not quite what they're running here, is it? Is that the same? That's not it either. That's not it either. Okay, one of these textures is going to be the one we're looking for. Was it that last one? I don't think it was. Well, maybe we don't have it in here. That's going to be all the gravel. Granite? No, definitely not granite. Is it actually just, is it just gravel? Is that what this is? Yeah, maybe. Alright, so we'll go ahead. We'll hit it with the perfect edge tool again. Keep that driveway nice and straight. Keep the access going. Fill that in. Bring this up a little wider to the road. Bring it out a little wider down from the road. Alright, and we have a nice debris crusher in here. Ready to go. Ready to start giving us some rocks. Yep, might as well use the open space. Fence is there to protect it from the scary tractors, or from the stray tractors. They said scary tractors, Mike. I'll work on better ideas. I can't play, so I live vicariously through your gameplay. Oh, don't worry about it, Tommy. It's a good idea. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just giving you feedback. Don't ever feel bad about that. Happy to discuss it. Happy to discuss it. You should check out some of the Own the Map stuff. Check out that guy on who's doing the Alma one. That's a fun one. I think you'll like that. So, all right. So we're in here. We have our debris crusher going. Let's crank the production up on this. I want the stones coming out all the time. Now here's the really fun part, guys. Do we not own the land? That'd be really exciting. Put down $100,000 production and don't own the land. Sure feels like we own the land. Did I just miss it? Or is it, oh, it's not in the production menu because it just pops it out, right? Seafood. Buddy, welcome in. Not sure what the hate's about, but, you know, hey, hope you're having a good night. No worries. I certainly hope you're not talking to Tommy like that. Mike and Nuke might take offense to it. Who knows? All right, so we got good stone coming in here. Let's pop back over. Pro, you stink at productions. Interesting. Okay. I mean, hey, you're entitled to your opinion. Don't worry about it, bud. We got to get Jay to do Own the Map on Dakota 16X. Take one for the team and see if it can be done. The Dakota 16X Own the Map challenge would absolutely take forever. Even at 28-day months, Jay would be down there driving forever and ever and ever. So, let's run this guy down to... I think he's on vertical, Higgs. Just some guy coming in trolling, no big deal. He wants to hang out and have a good time. I hope he stays. If he doesn't, I hope he finds something fun to do and enjoys his night. No skin off my back. Dave, didn't know that I saw that you were in here. Welcome in. You can do it. Team Nike will take care of it. Oh, you guys are great. That's all right, hey. I really do. I hope everyone has a good night. That's all we can hope for. Jay, give me time. I already own a few fields. Jay, you know there's nothing but love here, but owning a few fields on Dakota 16X does not qualify as making any progress towards own the map. You've got about 9,000 more acres to buy and about 87 more farmlands, let alone fields to buy for own the map. That is, what do we decide? The grass field on the outside of the map is like 320 acres alone. Just the one field on the outside of the map. They're absolutely huge. Rob Schneider is a carrot. All right. After we get this guy down here and set up, we will head back up. And the other thing I wanted to do tonight, I don't know if you guys saw, but finally 82 Studios TLX bumper and fender pack came out tonight. So I want to get a TLX and I want to just play with that pack, because what 82 Studios is trying to do with that mod and that setup is really, if it takes, it's going to be really, really awesome. So in Farm Sim 22, 82 Studios came out with the, what was it called? The X2? Was that the truck that had all the attachment beds? You could have like the flatbed and the animal transport and the tipper. Seafood, buddy. It might be time for you to find somewhere else to be. All right. You're welcome to hang out. I hope you do. But if you're going to be nasty, we'll get rid of you. And that's just not going to be good for anybody. Come on, bud. But yeah, the TLX pack in FS22 was, the way he did the X2 beds was really, really cool. And 82 Studios is stepping back from modding for a little bit. So he released that pack with the bumpers and the fenders in hopes that other modders would use that in their mods. So I want to grab one of those and show you guys what that's about. Mike, let's see. I downloaded that map, and the smallest field I found was 30 to 40 acres. It's insane. It is. It's absolutely crazy. I looked at the 64X map. In the description, it says, if you only have 32 gigabytes of storage, don't even try to load the map. Yeah, I wish Rod was here tonight. I want to know if he got that 64X map to load last night. Because he was at 100% loading shaders, which, I mean, that's promising, but I'm not sure it's actually going to get him anywhere. So I just wanted to see it. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so that's done. Let's head back up here. And let's take a look at the TLX pack for you guys. Not sure what's in the sale today. Let's take a quick peek. Here you go, guys. 148,000. Just saying. All right, Seafood Buddy. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hey, I hope you hang out. Hope you have a good time. Colossus Root Harvester. 148,000. 316. Not a bad price. We have some spare cash. Might need to go look and see if there's a field laying around here. What do we got? What's 109? 109 looks promising. Sugar beets? No. It's a sign, Mike says. And hey, Hig and Mike in unison. It's a sign. Sherm, welcome in, bud. Hi, how you doing? Hope you're having a good night. That's not sugar beets. What is that? What is field 109? If it's not sugar beets, it's not red beets. Is it parsnips? That would be the sign, as if it was parsnips. Apparently, Seafood thinks I have a dashing forehead. Young man, have a good day. You too, buddy. Hope you have a great night. Looks like we're getting to do a carrot harvest. We got to see what's actually ready. If something's ready, okay, here we go. What's down here? Let's visit. I hate using the map. Parsnips ready to harvest. Okay. I mean, Nuke called it. Nuke called it. All right. He wanted to do parsnips. So let's, hey, let's do it. Let's find some place to get this thing delivered. Here's as good a spot as any. Jump right in. Drop the store mod. Head in. Colossus. I mean, if we're doing this, guys, I mean, come on. 800 horsepower. That's not going to fly. Capacity. Yep, 2.5 million, 1 million. Yep, 3,500 horsepower. The problem with the 3,500 horsepower one is that it skids all over the place. So maybe we go 1,500 horsepower. They say go big or go home. All right, here we go. 3,500 horsepower, BKT dual narrows with 3,000 horsepower. This definitely, there's no way this goes poorly. All right, we're darkening up the windows a little bit so no one can see me in there doing it. We have a black exhaust, main color. What do we want to do? All right, I mean, we're supposed to harvest carrots with it, so maybe we make this the carrot truck as well. Design colors, they're a nice carrot green. Nice green and orange. God, that is atrocious looking, guys. That is absolutely... This is on the realistic game. You can't have enough horsepower. Orange interior, though. Kubota orange. All right, is that the Kubota? Which one's a Kubota? That one's JTM red. Yep, Kubota orange. We go orange. I like orange. Orange is a great color. Interior color, definitely going orange. The grids, the inner rim and the outer rim. And then the outer rim, give it a nice black lip there. Right there we go. Something we can scuff up as we drive around. This thing looks... this thing, nuke abort. Green interior. Oompa Loompa threw up on that thing, yeah. I mean, we'll claim it's a demo model because I don't think anyone would order it like this. 158,000. It's done. It's purchased. It's bought. The green wasn't it, bro. I mean, Nuke, I don't know what you're talking about. That looked amazing. Hey, the invisible mulcher mod. That's nice. There we go. We could use that, but we don't need it. Any other piece? Oh, and hey, the TLX heavy duty bumper is in here. We'll come back and grab that later. Do we have any other root crop harvesting tools that we might want to buy while we're in here? We're going to need a header for it, obviously. So let's come in here. And where are we? Beet crop harvest. Beet crop headers. Oh, of course, right. Oh, no. So this one only does sugar beet, and we need parsnips. So this is not the one we want. Beet loading, vegetable harvesters. This one does parsnips, carrots, red beets, peas, spinach, and green beans. And then we have the unrealistic. I'm doing it realistic, guys. That's it. Not going to go crazy. We're going to do it for real. It'll take the rest of the night. We'll have it run in the background. Away we go. All right, here it is. Here it is. You know what? I was told earlier, if there isn't a picture, there isn't proof. So I just grabbed a screenshot of that. That'll be the that will be the thumbnail for Sunday's afternoon stream. Let's get this thing fired up. 3,000. Okay, we're just, hold on a second. Wait, look at this thing. 50, 60, 70. Easy to find in the trees. Is that because I'm going to hit them? 112, 115. We're starting to lose it. Starting to get loose. Okay, I think we topped out at 130 to the moon. Is that now, Hig, is that the speed you need to hit the fence at? On the other side, hit the fence, Nuke. Yeah, great minds think alike. You probably said it. You probably typed it before I said it. Not too shabby. That's a line I use a lot. Not too shabby. 3,000 horsepower, probably enough. It's not too shabby. All right, now we got to buy this field, and then you're gonna make me harvest all of this stuff. You did hit that edge really quick, smooth though. That's a big bump there. Looks like it wasn't meant to be there. Let's get unfolded. Oh man, we are hitting that hard. There we go. All right, now we got to buy the field. Yeah, yeah. I'm laughing too hard to type. I mean, there's no way this goes poorly, right? I mean, this definitely goes possible to lower the vehicle volume. Yeah, absolutely. So let's learn how to do that. I have my controls set up. All right, so Mike, that went from 100% to 75. How's that? Let me know. And also, if I zoom out, it'll help too. But these ones are loud. $3,000 horsepower. Absolute silliness. Yeah, like I said, guys, if the volume's ever out of whack, just let me know. That's easy. I mean, I set it up so I should be able to do it. Now, we'll see what happens, see if I'm the competent one or not. But it should be very easy to adjust. Fieldwork settings. I wish we had multiple tools. Let's try 5 headlands. I want to do rounded corners. I probably do, because starting and stopping on 5 corners of headlands is going to be crazy. Nothing was screaming in your ears. Yeah. By all means, like I said, just let me know. That's all easy stuff. All right. You know, there's a reasonable chance this ends up at the moon. So big field carrots. You know, Nuke, you can just never be happy with it. This is why we can't have nice things. We get one nice thing and you're already looking for the next thing. Let's hit it. Oh yeah, I had to start the other way. What do you guys think? Right into the trees? First turn? First turn? First turn. Right into the trees. And that's on me. I started the wrong way. But right, very first thing that thing does is go right into a tree. And let's go from here. Harvesting parsnips in the snow. Had to get you laughing. I appreciate it, Nuke. As always, I appreciate it. That thing's an Autobot. Carrotron. That's good. That's very good. 2,000 acres. 124 right up there. Looks prime for some carrots. Off to a great start. What mod is that setting? I've never seen that before. Hey Anthony, welcome in. What mod is that setting? Which one are you talking about? You talking about the Courseplay where I had it harvest? That's Courseplay. It's a PC script mod, and it's basically if you play on console or PC and you've used the in-game AI like the workers, this is a third-party, more in-depth, more robust version of that. And all of the mods are available on the mod description in my Discord for the playthrough, including Courseplay, which Mike very nicely pointed out today. Or no, it was Easy Dev I had the old link for, but I think Courseplay, the link will need to be updated as well. Less of a chance of hitting a telephone pole on the field. Very true, Higgins. He'll find one. You know, Mike, it's your incessant positivity about my abilities that keeps me going. I was thinking when Hig posted that video of him pulling the header out off the field today, I'm like, that just makes me nervous. Like, I'm sure I had no doubts that he could do it, but that was, I was thinking, man, if it was me, we'd be in a ditch, we'd hit the pole, the wheels would be up. Yeah, Anthony, so if that's what you're asking, it's Courseplay, and it's from Stephen S. on his GitHub. Should be easy to find on a Google search and or in the mod list. Not a big deal. If Rod was here tonight, he'd already have the link up for you guys. He is the mod master, and I called him that today, and he put up a picture of Yoda in the Discord channel, so that was very, very funny. All right, well, we're going to have to transport these. It's only a 45 header. I mean, hey, you give me a 20-foot header, I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. I think it's an ability thing. I don't think it's anything to do with the header. I did want to jump in here and increase the speed. We are running 3,000 horsepower, so let's, you know, we can bump it up a little, but I think we can harvest 20, turn it 8, reverse at 6. Let's see how that looks. Oh yeah, kicking up the speed. We're on our second headland already. Making progress. So, if we're going to run the Kubota Orange root crop harvester, then I think the only real thing we could use to empty it would be a matching root crop tender. And I don't think we had one in the sale, but I wanted to make sure. So let's come down here. And where is, maybe easier just to find it in the Colossus pack, which is not here. So, are we in alphabetical order here? If you guys are ever looking for mods, here they are. No, the Colossus pack is not going to show up because, oh, it is right here. Where is the ridiculous capacity root crop friendly trailer? This one, the Colossus root cart. Gonna spend all of our money harvesting parsnips instead of building our farmyard. And a 2.5 million capacity. Yeah, absolutely. Just got back. He's actually doing parsnips. Yeah, Herman. It was. I don't know how Mike and Newt got into my game save and changed the field right across from the farm to parsnips and then put a Colossus harvester in the sale, but they did it, and so here we find ourselves. We're not happy about it, but we are doing it. Just drive to the sell place you're doing. Yeah, I agree, but where's the fun in that? We'll get the root crop emptier so you guys can see that. No lie, I was thankful we got out of it. The mic volume was about even with the motor volume. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, like I said, guys, just tell me. Happy to adjust that stuff. Not a problem. I don't hear the stream output, so you know, if it changes or if it's a problem, I can make adjustments. Tried using Courseplay to unload a harvester from harvest from combine to auger to semi. I could not get it into the semi. Watch your video and still couldn't get it to work. So frustrating. So Mike, the truck doesn't need, the semi doesn't need Courseplay. It should just be parked on the edge of the field. It can, however, have issues if the truck isn't there when you start Courseplay on the auger wagon. It doesn't. I actually had that earlier today. It doesn't find the. It won't find the truck if you bring it to the field after you start the Courseplay for the auger wagon. Aaron, welcome in, man. Haven't seen you yet tonight. So glad you're here. I was minding my own business, and without notice, I blasted the most powerful fart in a while, and it triggered my neighbor's Ring doorbell. I was proud, but also slightly concerned. Aaron, great opening story in chat. Love it. Nike can hack. Yeah, they are the hackers. I agree. Even the sale was on our side, Mike. Yeah, I had to feed you guys on that one. You can't ignore that. No worries, Tommy. No worries. That's what it was then. I had it up on course. Yeah, so the truck can just sit on the edge of the field. The truck will get confused coming in hot. I like your word choice there, Mike. The truck will get confused if it's on Courseplay. Just literally get 4 tires, you know, get all like both sets of tires on the field after the first pass, and you'll be fine. Just park it there and it will come find it. What you want to do, Mike, with that, if you're going to do something, is you want to put it on auto drive. So you do an auto drive course. So like, you know, if I was the truck, right, you drive it up doing your auto drive course, you drive up onto the field, putting down an auto drive course, put a point right here where it stops. You can call it like field wait. And then you come here and then you continue around and go that way. So that would be the way you would do it. All right, let's grab a tractor, come down through the woods. Pop over here. I thought we were closer. We are not. Where is the infamous Fent that is always causing us problems? Oh, the Fent. We have to put wheat we have to put straw into the animal pens. That's what the Fent has to do. See, we get another field, a new harvester, and still more money than we started with. Yeah, down to 47 and still better than we started with. You know, we do contracts every episode the way we spend money on this series. There's no way around it. Now, is this going to let me empty with the top on? I almost feel like I remember from the other night that it was a problem with the cover closed. Might be making that up. It might have been a different mod altogether. All right, let's check and see where our trigger points are so we're not just backing up to a random wall and attempting to put straw into it. Animal trigger. I wonder if it's actually in the silo too. I would assume it was closer to the door, but it might be over here by the silo instead. I'll take the straw in here. It will. Perfect. I usually use auto drive, but never with a semi, and couldn't figure it out. That's why I went to Courseplay route, because I could use your video to help. 80 is my preferred way to unload. Yeah. So the mix there, Mike, is harvester and auger wagon on Courseplay, and your truck on the field with auto drive, and then obviously set your fill point for the field waypoint, your empty point for your silo, and then select your crop, and it'll run back and forth for you. The feet running sound is so funny. Look at all these trees. All the same way. Egg. That's good. I like that. Got a bunch of straw to throw in here. See what we can get out of it. I'm hoping that our guy, the herdsman, buys some. Yeah, I mean, look at. Can you imagine? Look at all those trees. Same way all the way around the field. That cow barn took 500,000 liters of straw. How much is in there? 689,000 liters of 750,000 liters of straw. That's crazy. Yeah, Mike, when you get it working, it's glorious. It's really, really good. Okay, Hig, there are 2 very small black Angus calves in that enclosure that I had to buy personally because the herdsman wouldn't buy them. And it's not my fault the herdsman doesn't listen. I gave him a $100,000 budget. We don't have $100,000 anymore, but I didn't give him a $100,000 budget to buy his cattle. I was hoping to get some serious cattle up on this series. I may have to go buy some. I think we have to go up the bridge, or across the bridge, and then over to the field. So vain. Yeah, I hear you, Hig. That's me. You caught me. The herdsman has standards. Well, someone on the farm should have standards. Because I'm over here doing parsnips in December in the snow. So clearly, my judgment should not be trusted. We should have a farm manager. Like a big leaf pile. That'd be hilarious, dude. Leo, welcome in, buddy. How are you? Can you please review and smoke cigarettes on stream? No, buddy, I don't smoke. I'll do reviews, but I'll pass on the smoking part. We'll have to, maybe we'll see if we can find those Marlboros in the front of the T800. I take the blame, Luke says. All right, so to continue making a bad idea better, we brought the Fent over. The vertical chat is another level. Yep, and we haven't even gotten into Twitch tonight. Waiting for that. I think that's going to be the fun one. All right, so I don't think we're going to need to empty the Colossus because we have a 2.5 million liter capacity. Yeah, we're only at 300,000, so we're not even going to fill it. But we'll have that guy there to empty him when he's done. The dirt on this thing is incredible. Absolutely incredible Thrustmaster on that machine. Yeah, the crash counter is very low tonight so far. Hig, you had to say something. You know the rules. You can't talk about it. Now it's going to happen. No, it isn't even that bad. The Colossus is making short work of it for sure. Definitely the way to do it if you're going to do root crops. He took the over. It's still early. All right. So we own a parsnips field that's not all that particularly close to our farm, which is okay. But here we find ourselves. So I do want to look at that TLX pack. May have to bring some cash in, and we can always reset it when we're done and just sell everything. Let's see if we can't get him to park. And then maybe we can get him to put the Pottinger away as well. All right, so for the purposes of reviewing... It's orange and now it's brown. Yeah, that's well, there you go. Lots of things happened. So I want to review the TLX pack. So we're at 47,883. I'm going to try to remember that, guys. We're going to put 150,000 cash in. We'll go back to 47,883. Tommy, oh boy, that farted and set off the ring doorbell. Change the color of the Colossus. Tommy, excellent timing and delivery on that one. That was, I don't know, Mike. I don't know if that's a callback or a clapback, but either way, more power to you. Well done. So looking at the TLX pack, let's see if I can find it in here. So you need 3 things for this pack to work. You need the TLX Phoenix semi-truck by 82 Studios, which has been out for a while. And then you have the front bumper pack and the rear fender pack as well. So we'll buy the TLX here real quick. Let's grab... That's too much truck for what we're trying to do. Give me something decent. All right. BKTs, agricultural 2s with the super singles, custom chicken lights. Got some cool headlight options, some LED like cat eye type stuff. Now I have no idea how the bumper stuff works. Blast back, blast from the past, ripping from the rear. Tommy. I don't have any idea how this stuff works, so we're just going to dive in and see what we can figure out. So, visor, standard mirrors, don't care about any of that stuff. Interior color, engine sound, I always go for 3. Throw a quick set of vinyls on there. And colors, the slate sand blue and the deep sand blue. Do they have the Winter Wolf? The Winter Wolf is a great color on this truck. Fenders. Let's go with the Winter Wolf again. Special edition. Don't have anything there. The vinyl color 2, 3. Rim color. You guys want to see a crazy rim color. Where's Super Chrome? Super Chrome is very, very shiny. All right, so grab this truck, bring it in. Jeep Nick, welcome in, buddy. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Hope you're having a good night. Hang out for a bit. It's got to be Dookie Brown. All right, so let's check out the bumper and fender pack. So there's the Aussie bumper, the heavy duty, and the bull hauler bumper. We're going to go for the bull hauler. Configuration standard. It comes with a winch. Awesome. Width markers. They even have lights on the end. You guys see those? They added the lights. That's really cool. Additional lights. I mean, I don't know. I mean, how many lights we want, but classic with turn signals. Classic with wide turn signals. Modern with turn signals, modern wide with turn signals. Let's go modern wide. I don't know. Chicken lights. Those are way down here at the bottom. And they got the round ones on the outside. I like that. Transport cover. Oh, so like you're getting it delivered in a box. Okay, cool, 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 cool. Chrome. We're going to go with super chrome to match the tires or the rims. The design color. What do we think that is? I just want to see what that is. Oh, so the bars can be a different color. Oh, what if we make the bars? Where's the Winter Wolf sand? Oh, I like that. That looks good. Oh, Nuke, you're under Jeep, Nick. Oh, Nuke was... And see, Nuke, you should have played it off. I would never have known. You could have just pretended to be a third person who randomly liked carrots and parsnips as well. You never know. All right, so let's jump out and let's see how all this works. So we have our truck. Nice looking beefy truck. I don't have any idea how this is supposed to attach. Yeah, Mike, he was not a good undercover agent. He almost had it. So my understanding is you should just pull up to these and you should get an attach. Okay, well, there it is. So it just attaches. So I go ahead and attach it. Oh, guys, that looks legit. Look at that. Headlights. And then we have turn signals. Okay, so we got turn signals on the truck. Turn signals on the truck. So that looks cool. So now you can get the bumper you want. Got a color match for the bars. That's super bright. Very nice. Let's see. Can't get the chat working, or I would have. On the front, yep. Alright, so that is the bumper, and then you can see up front, if you guys, it may be hard to see on the stream, on the top left on the help menu, there's the truck logo, and then there's actually the front bumper is a separate piece like a trailer, but it's on the front and looks like the front grill. So you take it off, goes back in the box, put it back on, snaps back onto the truck. I want to see this winch. Are we going to get the winch line to work? Where is... Oh, there's the winch line. Okay. Can we attach to anything? That is the big question, huh? Maybe. Thought it would hook up to the hitch underneath the kingpin. It does not appear that is going to be the case. I want to winch something. Thought we had something, a connection there for just a minute. Oh, it's going to fight me on these trailers, isn't it? We got way too much winch line out now. I mean, if you're gonna let me attach to this truck, what is going on here? I can lasso the whole truck? I don't understand that, but hey, that could work. Hig, it should go around other things. We just got to find an attachment point. I'm trying to figure out what it's doing with this truck. That is a weird one. Alright, well, maybe we can't attach it. I mean, it works with Thunder's better winch mod, which is what I wanted to test. It'd be nice if we could actually get it to hook up to something so we could actually drag something around a little bit. Do we have a rear hitch on this one? Nope, no rear hitch on that one. No rear hitch on this one. There is a rear hitch on this one. Will it connect? I doubt it. Oh, well, we tried. But it has the winch, and that's cool. Yeah, lassoed the truck. So, Jay, I've used it on a couple different things. I've used it to close a trailer. You can attach to different things. It has like an attachment. It's looking for an attachment point. Attach it to a tree. That's another option. Yeah, we could find a tree. Let's go find a tree. I like that idea. Since we know it should work with trees. Find something over here. Then we gotta do some fenders on this one too. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, definitely, Anthony, we're going back for the fender pack. Don't you worry. Alright. And as I told you guys before, the attach winch button is the same for my speed up. So every time I go to attach and it doesn't attach, I go up and speed one more time. Alright, so you get the little loop there. And don't make a liar out of me. So I've attached before. Let's go. Okay, well sometimes there's only one thing to do. Can't leave the stump. Alright, so now this is the basic attachment to a down tree. I mean, this is not anything new, obviously. This one is super finicky, though. I'll give you that. Look at that. It's pushing it all over the place. I don't know, guys. This one is, I mean, it should be attaching here for sure. B to attach the winch. Yeah, I don't know. The TLX bumper pack, I'm not having any luck getting this winch to attach to anything. Alright, well, we can explore more with it in a minute. Let's go look at the fender pack. Jeep Nick, Nuke, I know who you are now. You're not hiding over there. So let's grab the fender pack as well. So the fender pack... Jeep Nick left. Yeah, I don't know, Hig. It's acting weird because I have the winch mod installed on the Homestead Challenge as well, and I've used it on both. There's a winch mod that attaches to a 3-point that I have installed here. That's really, really cool. And then I've used it on the Mercedes as well, and it's worked on everything. Jake Breakdown's awesome. Yeah, Tommy, the sounds on the TLX stuff is really, really cool. So we have full fenders that go over the wheels. Keep the TLX truck rear lights. Substitute the TLX rear lights. Is that changing anything on these? And then keep that, and then main color. We've got the same look, but with some detailing on it. And there are chicken lights down at the bottom that you can take on and off. Transport cover, again, on and off. You have your colors, so we could come in here and we could color match. We have just the front half fenders. The split twin fenders. Simple mudguard. Okay. Okay. And then we have the TLX heavy-duty fenders and the off-road fenders. So a little more squared up, got more lights on them. Same basic options. Twitch isn't happy on the phone. Yeah, I'm not sure how it's going over there on Twitch, Nuke. I'm hoping it's going well as far as quality and everything else, but don't know. Let's try these off-road fenders. Chicken lights, yes. Transport cover. Let's just buy it with transport cover just for the sake of doing it. Substitute the TLX rear lights. Main color. We're going to color match those to the rest of the truck. $3,200 for some fenders. And now I assume we just back up to these like a trailer. And there's an arrow. I'm on the wrong side already. And let's see what happens. All right. Mount this side. You guys see that? Still moving so fast from trying to get that winch to work. So mount this side. We're supposed to pull up to the side of it? Okay, so maybe we need to pull along the rear tires. Oh, you want to know what it is? I bet I'm on, yeah, I'm on the front bumper and not the truck. So I'm wondering if I was supposed to back up to it and I wasn't getting the connection, so I was on the wrong implement. Let's see what we can figure out about trying that again. Guys, something needs to be unloaded. It could be the root harvester. The parsnip harvest could be over. The great parsnip harvest. All right. Well, it's not going on as simple and easy as I would assume it would. Try all the different attachments. I can't imagine it goes on the front. Right? I mean, that wouldn't make any sense. Do we have to pick it up and, like, put it on the truck? Do we need to, like, does it mount on the... Does it mount like this? I would say no as well. Do you have to open the box? Hey, there's an idea. It is backwards, needs fixed. Joseph. Oh, Joseph, welcome in. Thanks for telling us. Okay, so we have two suggestions. One is open the box, which I think is a good one. Let's get the help menu open. Pickup box, switch hand tool, pickup object, switch hand tool, toggle, yada, 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 yada. Show hidden object. Okay. So, I don't see a way to open the box. But Joseph's comment is that it's currently, the image is backwards. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Joseph. Do it from the opposite side of the arrows. Yep. Joseph, yep. All right, so grab these. And then we have our fenders on. So, and that's cool because if you look, so again, if you look in the top on the help menu, we have the truck. We have the bull bar on the front of the image that shows it's attached, and then we have the hoop over the back showing the fenders. DJ Goham showed in his video. He does great stuff. Yeah, perfect. Good to know. So that looks good. Now, when we detach it, I'm trying to figure out, I think so there are actually, like, you can see, we have little, like, almost quarter fenders on the front here with little rubber splash guards, and then we have full guards on the back, like, right in there. And when we attach them, those go away and are replaced. So that is very, very cool. And the idea behind the mod... Quarter fenders? Yep. The idea behind the mod is that other people can take their trucks, so like maybe the T800, the Kenworth we have, or the Punkin Peterbilt. The modders can go in and put those attachment points on, and then all of these things will come over. So they could just add, you know, big front bull bars, all that kind of stuff to their mods and go from there. So very, very cool. I like that. All right, let's get it sold. Let's get our money reset. We're not cheating in a whole truck. That seems like too much. So pop in here, head over to the garage. We'll start with the trucks and the TLX. I wonder what those other pieces are going to be under. Miscellaneous, maybe? Yep, miscellaneous. And sell. And sell. Hey, Joseph, you had more info than we did. 47,883 Hig. I hear you, man, and I appreciate it. Wouldn't want me to end up with any extra money here, right? Let's see. 47,883. Beautiful. We are back to square. Appreciate you guys. So that was the TLX mod. I thought that was cool. It came out today. The TLX truck is definitely a cool mod, just in general, and those fenders are going to be nice. Hig working for the IRS. I want to be sad, but got the parsnips. No, Hig just knows. He knows where every ounce of fuel goes. He knows where every truck is moving, how many miles it got, when its last oil change was. I imagine Hig either has notebooks or spreadsheets or both or all kinds of stuff to keep everything working, and maintenance logs, all that kind of stuff. All right, so the giant orange Colossus parsnip harvester, 621,000 liters. Let's get a little bit. It's still on the course, isn't it? All right. Let's go clean up our corners real quick. Wouldn't want to miss, you know, like 12 liters of parsnips on this field. That would be highly disappointing. Plus, gives us a chance to drive really fast. If we go this way, we can drive fast and turn left. So, always the right way to be turning. Oh, mass-produced laughter. Offering us cheap followers from Twitch, guys. Told you Twitch would come in with some comments. All on paper, I'm no good with this computer stuff. And hey, you don't need a battery. It doesn't crash. It doesn't die. I really try to use a lot of, like, you know, like digital note lists on my phone and everything else. And at the end of the day, writing it down is just so much better. Let's maybe do this on the correct side of the mod. A couple parsnips on the field. No big deal. All right, got the parsnips going into the root crop trailer. All right, now here's the vote for you guys for tonight. We had our fun. We did parsnips. It was fine. It was a small field. No big deal. Do we sell the Colossus? Or do we keep it in hopes that you guys talk me into another root crop field at another time? I'll let you guys comment. I won't do anything with it right this second. But we'll decide if we're going to keep the bright orange Kubota. Keep, Herman says. Higgs says buy a planter. I think the Kinsey one, is it Kinsey? I don't know what brand it is. The planter we have, I'm pretty sure does root crops too. It's the one, it's that Kinsey mod that does all of the different things. So we could do more. Oh, Evil Raccoon coming in. Welcome in for the night. Sell it. Herman wants more root crops. We got a couple of votes for selling it, a couple of one vote for selling it. Evil Raccoon's on my side. I appreciate you, Evil Raccoon. So then I guess buying another field. Well, I mean, you have the equipment. You can't have it sitting there. You know, that's why the farm goes broke. Equipment's got to be running. That's the only time you're making money. The disrespect to even ask. Anthony, welcome in. Anthony, I don't know if I welcome you in tonight or not, but welcome in. Awesome stream, but I got to go to bed, work at 5 a.m. Hey, Anthony, thanks for hanging out, man. Really appreciate it. Get some sleep. Hope you feel great in the morning when you wake up. 5 a.m. is awfully early. Not my favorite time to be awake. If it's not moving, it ain't making money. Yeah, but hey, if it ain't moving, it also isn't breaking. That's the other part of it. Evil's in his name. He can't be trusted. Yeah, well, okay, we have Evil Raccoon or Nuke. If we're going to go with names here, I think we have to give a serious consideration to the level of damage a guy named Nuke could do if we're going with names. I haven't heard your objection to root crop. I don't have an objection. The guys just want me to do 1 million liters over 1 million acres of carrots. More money equals better equipment. All right. Parsnips. Is there anything to even be done with parsnips? I mean, should we just sell the parsnips? Like, are there productions, guys? You guys, are there production points for parsnips? I don't know that I've actually ever intentionally harvested parsnips. So let's see. The best price is supposed to be $4.84, and they're currently $5.95 at the bulk fill station. So I don't know what we did. What we put in the bulk fill station, but we got soup takes some, Jay says. Okay. Soup and canning, Nuke. Okay, I didn't see you say it first, yeah. Nuke's going to change his name. Nuke, even if you change your name, I'm going to call you Nuke. So it doesn't matter to me. All right, so, guys, there's one problem with the soup idea. We have $47,000. So, not sure. Let's see what this soup production that you guys think I should be buying and putting in to deal with our parsnips. Let's see. Okay, it's going to be sugar mill, spinnery, tailor shop. The rope maker. I remember trying the rope maker on Riverbend Springs when it first came out. And I just, that was not a great, like, production. Just didn't feel like it did much. Okay, the soup factory is $405,000. So that's not going to fly tonight. Parsnip soup is what caused that fart in the first place. Obviously, I'm 12 years old. What's with the pig food, Bryce? What about the pig food? Yeah, it took forever to get the rope. It just felt like it, and it took so much wool. It took forever. It was absolutely crazy. New goal to buy the soup factory. We do have to put productions in on this map, so I think for now, okay, here's the deal. I'll keep the harvester, but I'm selling the parsnips. All right, we'll go that route. That'll put some money back in the bank. That'll put us back in a spot where we can do some more fun things this episode. And I did not mean buy another field of root crops, pigs, before you jump on it. Do we have an auger? Does this thing unfold? Holy goodness, what is this thing doing? Okay. So this just got interesting. Unfolding it, totally tipped it up. I'm seeing the little conveyor belt ramps on this side of it. So I'm thinking that it needs to empty on the right side. So let's come back in here. Andrew, have a great night. Thanks so much for hanging out. Always appreciate you being here. Oh, things are happening. Is it auto unloading? It is. Okay, so we made $481,000 doing parsnips, guys. Yeah, that was worthwhile. I can't complain about that. It's a tipper trailer. Yep. I gotta go to bed. Good night, Andrew. Later, Andrew. Yep. Andrew, have a great night, man. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you. All right. So we gotta keep the root harvester. So we gotta go. Actually, we should go find it and bring it back before I forget it over there. Is what we should do. All right, let's bring it back. We own this field now, so I'm actually going to put in an auto drive course from here. Hig, now you can buy the place, just nothing to put in now. Guess you're planting a field. So it was worth it. Nuke. Nuke on the count of 3. Yeah, it's just going to be carrots in chat. That's all we're going to see. Just spammed with carrots. Actually, I want to make that a two-way course, don't I? I want to be able to use this both directions. $3,000 horsepower of glory. No way this goes poorly. And we're recording. Carrots, carrots, carrots. Let's go. And I'm already off the road. You guys got me distracted. C. If Mike comes back with A. Okay, Nuke did it all. Oh, you guys are the best. Alright, so we got our two-way course in. Probably should have dropped a actual waypoint at the top there so we can actually get stuff on or onto this course effectively. So I may have to drive back up there and do that real quick. Don't want to have to drive up here manually every time to get our parsnips. Let's go drop a waypoint up here. Oh, nuke. You had it, and the D and the S key are so close together. Alright, we are between fields, what is that, 115, 109? Just drop a waypoint up here. Gonna have to learn the course play stuff. It's great. I am using course play, Raccoon. I am. So, but I believe the Colossus pack works fully with the in-game AI helpers as well. At least it should. It did in FS22. At my buddy Nuke. You mess with the Nuke, you get the Nike, right? Or something like that. This harvester is going to get me in trouble, guys. 3,000 horsepower. Not only did I get talked into harvesting parsnips and buying this Xbox user, which I can't use. So the base game AI doesn't work with the root crop harvesters there, Raccoon? I swear it did in 22. Now again, it could have changed for 25. It could be totally, completely different. But I swear it did in 22. You can use the base game AI. Alright, favorite part of the night. Let's see if it's going to work. All clean. What's my favorite crop to harvest? Good question. It handles pretty well for flying down the road. It does. Nuke says he's gotten the base game AI to work with the root crop harvesters there, Raccoon. So, I don't know. Maybe it's a weird setting. If you checked the headers, like on the Colossus pack, they're not all the same. Maybe you have the wrong header for the wrong crop. Maybe it's not like a AI thing. It's like a conflict with the actual crop you're trying to harvest. I've had that issue. When the Colossus pack first came out, I thought that all the headers were the same, but you have different ones for different stuff, different things. Oh, Nuke on PC. Okay, I spoke too soon. My favorite crop to harvest, Tommy, that's a good one. I like all the cereal crops. I like the big headers. I like doing straw. So your wheat, your oats, your barley. With Yose's extended straw crop mod, you can get more out of stuff like canola and soybeans. So I would say anything with a real style header that does cereal crops is probably my go-to that I enjoy doing. Corn is a close second, but I just like, you know, like a 19-meter cereal crop header, just making a ton of progress, tearing through everything. Feels really good to make that kind of progress. Get him parked up. Oh, I have 1.8 million worth of pig food, Bryce. Okay, I can answer that. Sounds about right. The game AI is so dumb. Yeah, they do freak out. So, Bryce, the pig food over here says I have 329,000. Let's take a look. So the pig food recipe we have takes corn, barley, sunflowers, and sugar beet, produces 400 pig food and 100 chaff. We have, yeah, 329,000 liters of pig food. So we set up in maybe the second live stream. We set up these two greenhouses. These are the extended greenhouses, and they do extra crops. So in this one, we're growing barley and corn, and in this one, we're growing the sugar beet and sunflower, and that is being sent directly to the production silo over here and producing pig food. So that's what's going on there. I didn't see the 1.8 million. Oh, maybe one. Oh, okay. Yeah, Bryce, I'm with you. I'm slow on the uptake tonight. I got you. 1.8 million in pig food. So 329,000. We have it in the silo. We just set up the greenhouses to get going because we didn't have fields to do it. We're not selling it. So it'll hang out in there. They're Mike's pigs. We're just doing them for him. And we were supposed to have a bunch of them, and we ended up with 6. And then the one died the first night. So it's not going well with the pigs. We'll put it that way. He lives in Nebraska, so I always joke that he must love growing corn. Yeah, we drive cross-country a couple times a year, and Iowa, Nebraska, coming back in the fall and in the summer, there's corn absolutely everywhere. Can't believe it's not carrots. Corn for me, so satisfying in cab view. The corn is very cool in cab view, I agree. Raccoon, you have to have another player to be harvesting the root crops while the other trying to use a trailer, but every time I try the AI cannot find the field or it's unavailable. That's a weird one. I don't know why the AI wouldn't be able to find the field. I almost wonder if it depends on which harvester you're using, because some of the crops you have to top first. Isn't it potatoes? Is it potatoes and sugar beets that technically you're supposed to run a topper over first, and then you can harvest them? So it might be something like that. Charzona, welcome in. Mike, I tried to play this game, but I couldn't get into it. That's all right, Mike. You want to hang out and chat with us? You don't have to play to hang out. Corn everywhere in Ohio. Yeah, that is true. A lot of ethanol. Gonna loop around. I'm trying to clear out this area. We have 529,000. We may as well put in a real serious, like, big style shed, modern shed to put some of our big equipment in. So let's get this guy parked as well. Are we going to be smart about this? No, we're not going to be smart about this. Where is the pottinger supposed to go on the end? So there's no way it should be heading down that way. Let's back it up and see if we can get it to catch the right node on the path. No, we're not cutting through. All right. The pottinger is going to be a pain. We're going to have to loop it around. It's getting the nearest waypoint is pulling it into that first bay instead of letting it go where it's supposed to go. Get him pulled in. All right, let's see. Toppers don't work, exist here in FS25. I have no issue having potatoes. Okay, Jay. Yeah, I said, I don't know if the Colossus did the toppers. I know in 22, I think when they first came out with potatoes, you had to do the topper. I remember that. Okay, maybe not so from Tommy. Maybe not so much on the map, but rather set an entire map on auto drive routes and have the harvest entire map one time and watch bird time. Okay, yeah. So basically, like, not own the map, but just run the map. Like, run it from one side to the other, getting everything done. Yeah. That would be, we could do something like that. I mean, that would be crazy on the Dakota 16X, but that would be a good multiplayer task, because then you'd have guys running stuff back to silos and everything else, getting all that kind of stuff done. I could see that being a lot of fun. Secondary routes for the parking, Mike, is... Let me pull this guy out of the way. I need to do it. The muscle memory will kick in. I believe it's shift left click on record. Let's see. Yeah, shift left click on record does a secondary route. Shift right click does a two-way secondary route. And then I'd have to look up the shortcuts for the reverse routes, because I don't think you can actually force it to do a reverse route. It just does it if you're driving backwards. But if you need to connect or extend a reverse route, then you have to, I think it's right shift, left click to make a reverse path. So if you're connecting a reverse path to a, say, forward moving path and they got disconnected or you need to extend it, that would be the other option there. Even if it's just for the one moment of total chaos. It would be total chaos to manage a whole map like that. It would be absolutely ridiculous. All right, one more trailer out of the way, and then I think we're going to try to place something over here. Something big, exciting, fun, not a carrot field. All right, disconnect there. Let's drop that tailgate so we don't catch it on the gooseneck coming out. Pigs, I will leave that trailer in there as a disaster when it implodes next, so you guys can see it. And I'll post a picture if I'm not streaming it right away. Alright, let's hit it with a quick save before we go throw a building down so we don't end up getting ourselves into too much trouble. Then take the pick for the crash. Yeah, absolutely. Sorry guys, that might have been loud in the mic. I wasn't thinking about that one. Alright. Let's find a shed to put down. Oh yeah, raccoon. Yep, makes sense. Makes sense. We were talking about computers. Even like I've got a pretty well built gaming rig, and we were talking about like 64x maps and some of the bigger stuff. There's always stuff out there that is just too much stress for the system. So if you're enjoying it, play it, have a good time with it. All right, so what kind of big shed should we put in? I want like a big modern looking, multiple big doors. I mean, something like this, but that's not even close to big enough. The metal garage, still really not that big. This one's nice, so it does have, it's got two big doors, a medium and a small, and then the back is a drive-through. I've used this one. I may have actually used this one on the Dakota map for my playthrough. Have you ever set up a camera that shows your controls while you're playing? I believe you said you have a specific setup for FS, right? Yeah, so Tommy, I have a steering wheel, a Farmstick, pedals, the keyboard, the mouse, all that kind of stuff. I have actually, like right over here next to me, I have an old Logitech webcam that I was going to try to get set up on my Farmstick. The problem is my Farmstick sits on my desk, and because I want to get the mount that puts it down below. It was actually better for me to, easier for me to grab, but I don't have the space to get that where it needs to be. So I'd have to get some kind of tripod to have the webcam like on the floor, like it'd be behind me, like right up over here, looking over my shoulder. And I just have to figure that out, just as far as like where to run the cable, where to get the tripod, all that kind of stuff. I think maybe we run this one. I'm liking, was it this one? No, it was this one. Oh, wrong button. So, and I'm debating if I move my gaming setup into the other room, and then I could actually, I have a room next to me that I could move stuff into, and it would give me the ability to have a little different setup, and I think that might be helpful. So I've been toying with that idea. All right, let's get this out of the way so that I can go park, so I can get the auto drive network up, so so I can see where I have this other course, so I don't end up putting the barn right in the middle of the course. Yeah, and Mike, that's my expectation. I think it's going to be much nicer because mine's like on my desk next to my keyboard, so it sits up, so I'm reaching up to use it. But I just don't have the space in front of my desk to put that down. It would be right where I walk through, and it would just be a nuisance. So, all right, so looking at the auto drive course, we want to have enough room to pull everything in. Almost wondering, should we put it like this and have it come down the other side here, and then the big trucks could pull straight in along the back and come out and turn that corner, and then we could have room in front. I'm sort of liking that setup right there. Nuke bigger. I'm not sure what you're saying bigger to, but sure. Oh, did I not change the colors on this one? Because we had everything. We were going with the onyx, weren't we? Yeah, I bet that makes it all. Oh, that's nice looking at onyx. Yep, you're getting replaced, bud. Sell that. Grab the other one. Bring it back. Make that onyx. All right. Any solar panels available on this one? Nope, no solar panels available. All right, I think, yep, that's the spot right there. That 50K one just above the one you were trying is very large. Oh, it is huge. Wow. Oh, then maybe we do this. Maybe we could do both. Right? And we could put this one right here. And then this could just be our... Yeah, that would fill up this area. That's a good one. The one I have, clamps to the desk, not a floor stand, unless I'm saying... No, Mike, so yeah, I wasn't explaining that well. I want what you have, the one that clamps to the desk. I'm saying in order to have a camera on the Farmstick so you guys could see when I'm using it, I would need a floor-based tripod to get the webcam like up over the top of the Farmstick, looking down at it so you guys could look at it. I tried setting it up behind it and trying to look across, but it just gets lost on everything else on my desk. Oh, bigger shed. Yep. Looks fine. Nuke, and less bigger the better, but more expensive. Good call, Herman. I'm jealous of your storage. Yeah, I imagine. Let's move the rest of this stuff, and let's put that other one down too. I think that would be... I think that finished out that part of the yard nicely. We'll have some big storage for a couple of things that we need to get in there, like the harvesters, and then we'll get all the auto drives set up and everything else in there. We got the long pass-through. Wow, this is bashing trailers together. Long storage on the back end of the one we just put down to get the semi-trucks driving through. We can do some landscaping. It's been a snowy day today. All right, so grabbing that 50K shed. Which way do we want to put it? Well, first off, let's customize it before I forget to do that, and then we got to come back and do that later. Going with the onyx. I have that shed on my backcountry playthrough. Can hold 2 big buds easy. Wow, that's crazy. Isaac, welcome in, man. The Alps. We talked about the Alps today. That is the old Erlingrat conversion for FS25. That is a cool map. I had a big grass silage sheep playthrough on that on FS22. Does that count as a crash if it's with super strength? It counts as 2 crashes, technically, Hig. Hercules, welcome in, Isaac. Yep. All right, let's see which way we want the doors on this to face. This way would be nice because then the covered part we could drive through would line up pretty well. We're going to have... I'm going to have the tractors backing into this shed on the left. So I actually think we want it like right in here. So let's see, right... Yeah, we're going right there. Perfect. All right, so quick bit of softening. Make sure we have no edges that are a problem. Hit it with some gravel. Make sure we're all lined up with everything in here. I think we're going to do something like this to come across. All right, that's not too bad. I do think, Mike, I think this is going to become one giant gravel pad. I think that's the only way this works. And then how are we going to access this gravel pad? I think we come in. I think we have a pull out right in here. Pull out right in here. Soften those up a little bit. Have the same thing on this side, but we'll pull it out past the barn. Okay. Raccoon, the Xbox mod hub needs to set up their game. I wish there were super strength, easy to up. Yeah, all the script mods, those are always going to be PC, unfortunately. Mike, you're getting closer to the over. Biggest betting lock in history. Love it. Isaac, you just missed. We just went through the TLX fender and what was that? The bumper pack? Is that what the other one was called? We went through that. That worked really well. The only thing that we couldn't get to work, or I couldn't get to work, was the winch didn't seem to really want to connect to anything, and that may have been operator error on my end. But that pack looked really, really nice. All right, so we know this is now going to be the course. Oh, right into the field. Is that a crash counter, Hig? Yeah, they have to, Mike. I had them on the green, the main line here initially, and I couldn't get straight enough on to them to make it work. So now we're going to do something a little bit crazy. We're going to get a little bit wild tonight and put some fences in, which is always a bad idea. So, but we're going to do it anyways. We're going to live dangerously. What is it? F4? Oh, can learn. Oh, I wanted to tell you guys. He's really testing his luck now. BB, welcome in on Twitch. Your secondary parking. Okay, yeah, and of course, grass now. Of course, as soon as I typed it. The Massey Ferguson 8700, that's a nice one. Testing my luck. You missed a spot in the middle of the white shed in the big gravel spot. Yep, that one right there. We're leaving that one. I like a little bit of grass growing around by the doors. So let's put a couple more fences in and try to better define the yard just a little bit. And then this one we'll take and run this way. And this one... I got a funny story to tell you guys about last night's stream after you guys got off. So, if you remember, you guys taught me how to use flight mode last night. And I told you guys I didn't know how to use it, yada, yada, yada. And so, you guys got me all set up. I was using it at the end there, screwing around a little bit. After the stream ended, I was trying to just get some of the equipment back to the farm, and I didn't turn flight mode off. and so my E and Q keys were stuck on flight mode, and E is how I get in and out of the vehicles. So I couldn't get in or out of any of the vehicles, and I spent a solid 5 minutes trying to get out of and into the tractors to get them parked, and could not do it until I figured out I still had flight mode on. So you guys got me with the flight mode. Soul patch for the shed. All right. The yard is coming together. Looking sharp. Maybe a little bit more. Let's hit the grass real quick. That should all still be grass. Should be good through here. All right, and let's find a couple of trees to put in. Oh, I didn't rotate. Didn't rotate. Old Fent getting excited over there. Yeah. You're getting the win on the bet tonight. So many fences to hit. Yeah. Mike knew the fences were coming. What's crapping in, Nacho? Welcome in, bud. Glad to have you back. If you guys didn't see, Nacho posted a review video of the train silo. Was that Missy B's? Is that who did that one, Nacho? The one that you can put up and it has the ability to put stuff into the train on both sides. Really, number one, great video. Two, the edit. I told Nacho the editing and the stuff on that was really well done too. If you guys haven't seen that, he shared that in the Promote Yourself announcement stream over on Discord. Definitely check it out. Was a very, very cool video. And Nacho, I was going to ask about that. I didn't get a chance to watch the video. I know you said you did one, but the build of that train station, did you build that onto the map? I haven't played the Settlers map. I haven't even looked at it. So did you build that onto the Settlers map there with that giant platform and everything else? Because that was really neat. All right, a couple more bushes and we're done with the landscaping. Can fill more in later as we go. Nacho, okay. You find truck mods. Not sure about that one, Isaac. Now you're only missing a couple of hydro poles. Nacho with a relevant chat without even knowing the Farkey. Yep, absolutely. Nacho BB modding. Okay, cool. We had a guy who Nacho come in earlier and just announced that he had a fart so loud it set off his neighbor's ring cam, and that was the only thing he said the whole time he was here. So we've been trying to recover from that. It was a lot of fun. So, what's crapping in? That lines right up. That was a flat, empty lot. BB mod. Okay, so BB modding did the silo. Got it. She's a great mod author. Absolutely. That was a flat, empty lot. So, yeah, if you guys haven't seen it, that video is really cool that Nacho posted up. I encourage you guys to go watch that. You can watch it either in the Promote Yourself announcement channel on my Discord, or go over to his YouTube and check that stuff out. A bunch of 12-year-olds over here. I mean, that may be the nicest compliment we've got. 12 is pretty high. I mean, I think we had 8 years old earlier. So, all right, we have things in places, all kinds of goodness going on. Let's start tucking some things away. I think we're going to see if we can get the root crop tipper in there, which the tires are too wide on the Fendt for all of that. The Fent can head back in over here. We've got multiple spots for harvesters now. I do want to see if we got any stones. I'm going to jump time up a little bit at the stone crusher before the end of the episode. The Fent has to be put in a cage. It's poorly behaved. There's no way we allow that kind of behavior around here. I have not seen the inside of this shed. I want to see it. These giant hydraulic doors, I think, are absolutely amazing. The fact that they exist in the real world and work just blows my mind. Alright, so we got some covered sheds. I mean, I know I'm tall, but that door might be a little bit undersized. Alright, what do we got here? We got a couple of bays. Let all that open up. Check it out. The poor Fent. Don't feel bad for the Fent. The Fent is a problem. The Fent has more hits on the crash counter than anyone else. I thought that was a doggy door. She just loves nature. Yeah, the Fent just really identifies as a hiker. Just wants to be out in the woods, walking around, having a good time. All right. So I think we leave the headers over here in this. We'll do the long shed here and put all that stuff in there. And I think we get the harvesters over into the new big building. Sort of start putting stuff away. Have to do some pull-through courses for this one. I guess technically we could do that real quick. What does the interior look like? Great question, Higgs. Let's take a look. I mean, the details are nice. This is the base game one. It's got some nice. The modeling's nice. Got the little jumper seat. Even got muddy footprints down there. It's very nice. Hey, CB, welcome back in. Hig, you saw nothing. There was nothing there. Nothing there. CB, we did parsnips. We funded this entire farmyard build doing parsnips. So I'll show you real quick, CB, get you caught up. You can check it out on the VOD. We bought Field 116. So, CB, here's what happened. First off, I opened the stream, and Mike and Nuke, who we're now calling Nike as a combined name, the first comment that appears in the chat when I start the stream is Mike saying, if we bring up carrots more than we already have, he'll probably cancel the stream. So we're in here, we're having a good time. I go into the sale, and sure enough, the Colossus root harvester, this giant orange piece of work over here, is on sale for $156,000. So it seems serendipitous that, you know, it's in the sale. We've been talking about it. So I buy it and paint it orange. And then we get into the map, and it turns out that Field 116, right just across the road, just right next to the farm, is parsnips, and it's ready to be harvested. So we ended up buying it. And I think the guys, I think chat really thought it was going to be, yeah, like it was meant to be. I'm convinced that Mike and Nuke hacked into my game save and altered what was on the fields and what was in the sale. But I think everyone was convinced it was going to be a big deal. But I bought the harvester with a 2.5 million liter capacity. We put it loose on the field. It cut the whole thing. It harvested the whole thing without needing to be emptied while I taught and did other things. So we harvested parsnips, and we had $47,883. See, Higgs, I remember numbers every once in a while too. And we sold the parsnips, and we had about 600K, so we decided to put some sheds in. So we've got this new big shed here that we're getting stuff put into. Let's go ahead and get that guy turned off. And then we put in the smaller big shed over here with the drive-through on the backside for some of our semis. And we're just sort of getting stuff put where they need to be. I would never use Easy Dev, Nuke says. All right, so you guys, should we put in a quick parking course here? Let's see what we can get going. I'm closing the gates because if I get close to him again, I'll get accused of another crash counter. And right now, Mike is still got the over, but we're still on the under, so perfect. Let's get a couple of these on parking courses. That'll take us to just about midnight, which is probably where I'm going to call it. Not up at 5 o'clock, but I am going to be up a little bit early tomorrow. So what Mike was asking about earlier was the difference in the courses. So the green auto drive courses are one-way primary courses. I guess the parsnips pay cash. They do. Not for long, Mike. Once again, highly confident in my abilities, encouraging me on. So the green courses are one-way primary, free the Fent. The Fent is in timeout, okay? The Fent has not gone off course tonight. It's been relatively well behaved, but it has been a problem. So the green are primary one-way courses. The yellow, gold, or orange, depending on your color palette and how you set them up, are secondary courses. And those are important because if a vehicle can get to where it's going without using the secondary courses, it will. So you don't want to use the green primary or the blue primary two-way courses for your parking routes, because then when you send a vehicle and you say, hey, go to the production or go to the shop or go to the field, whatever it is, it'll try to cut through your parking structures and you get everything crashing and going from there. So have to use, or you want to use, the secondary courses whenever possible. So we're going to come over here. There's nothing to see with those two trailers. There was definitely not an incident with those two trailers. We're going to come over here, and what I'm going to do is put in a two-way course. There's nothing to see there, Hig. Nothing has happened. It's not a rear steer that kicked out on me when I wasn't paying attention. We're going to put a two-way course in right through the middle here so we can get all of our stuff back and forth. So that's right-click on the record button, and we're just going to record basically a straight course through and use that as a connection point for all of our stuff coming in and out of this yard. So then you stop recording. When you come back and you click on the node and you go to connect it, if you use your middle scroll wheel, it will bend the course out for parking purposes. So that works. And then we want to, I'm actually going to drag this one down just a little bit. And then we want to bring this course in so we can get in and out this way. That's done. Auger extension. Costs money. What was it, 12K? Okay, I got you caught up here. Let's see. Free the Fent. Yeah. When are you going to get merch? Hig, that may be beyond my purview. I am not set up for merch. If you guys want some, we could talk about it. Maybe we'll do that as a Christmas present to you guys. You guys could have some merch if you want, but I wasn't planning on doing it. But if there's enough interest, I can always be talked into things. Free the Fent and yearns for the pole. That'll be on the first piece of merch. The Fent yearns for the pole. I'd buy a hat, just saying. Yeah, Hig, you did see me bump into that building. What do you think? We're going to get more maps for... Think about getting more maps for FS25. Raccoon, we've talked about that. I felt like the mods for 25 have been very, very slow to come out. So I'm hoping soon. All right, so we're going to do a secondary parking course. We're going to connect it so we can come in either way. We're going to come down here. We're going to shift left click on record, which gives us the secondary route. And we're just going to pull through into here. We'll connect up from this side of the course. And you notice it makes it a secondary course as well. And this side will come through. And you need to pull a little bit past your parking spot where you want to stop, because it'll pull up to the node. So that one that's right there at the end of the garage is going to be just about perfect. I label all my stuff by what it starts with, and this will be the AF11. So when I come into my menu here, you can see all of my parking spots are labeled here. We will get into folders for auto drive soon, but not tonight. So we select the park for AF11, and then it is, I'm going to test it out first. Okay, so it is control right click when you have the destination set up here to set that as the parking spot for the vehicle or the implement that it's attached to, whichever one you are set on. And I didn't stop recording, so we now have a reverse course, which is more than we wanted. CB, have a good night, man. Thanks for stopping by. Just stop by to annoy you with the carrot. Hey, anytime, buddy. Glad you were here. Team Carrot, yeah, exactly. Here we've tried to guess what BP drives as a daily vehicle, IRL and chat. I've told you guys I got a Ram. We talked about that the other night. A bumper car, yeah, clearly. Raccoon, I saw. Did I see your message? But the maps, yeah, I think we got that one. Yep, Ram 1500, 2020. Talked about the other night. Yep. Oh, Tommy, no worries. No worries. I don't assume that everyone's here and listens to everything I say. I'm only here for comedic entertainment when the video isn't any good. So, get these moved out of the way. We're going to have to delete these. That should be Alt, left click will delete your waypoints. That's one of the other hotkeys that we picked up off of the mod. And then we will connect this out. And this one's going to be a bit tough because of the angle. We got to be in the building. And then this one's going to come out here and it'll link that way. So now, guys, if we were to bring the AF11 home, say we were out in the fields doing stuff and we brought it up to the farm. Yeah, Tommy, definitely no need to apologize in here. We got guys walking in and telling fart jokes, so, if we're accepting that level of communication, there's nothing you said that comes even close to needing an apology. So say we come back and we bring them back to the farm, drop the header, put it away. We can just click on the park button, which also is something you could consider hotkeying, either on your keyboard or on your Farmstick. And if we get rid of all of the auto drive courses, this guy will figure out his best way in and go from there. Maybe it's my internet cut out and I just had to connect. Miss you talking about it. Yeah, I'm hoping we're getting more maps. But I was saying that we're very slow to get mods for FS25. And Tommy, no, you didn't do the fart jokes, Tommy. The guy came in and said he farted so loud he set off the Ring doorbell. That was an epic entrance to chat. All right, so there we go. All parked up. That worked really well. The fence still staying in timeout. It's still in prison. We'll do one more. You know what? Let's do one more auto drive course. Let's do a reverse course. And he didn't even crash. Pig, the vote of confidence is so appreciated. I mean, I'm not the one who got the Ritchie grain and feed truck stuck in the field, all right? That thing is beautiful. I love that truck. Okay, so let's grab... What are we going to park in with a reverse course? Let's do... Where's the... Hig? Do you see it? It's starting. You see this? It's not fully turned yet, but you notice how it's starting to tip and fall? Look at it move. So there you go. Maybe by the end of the episode, the MacDon will be across the whole shed and I'll have to reset it. So it's coming. Okay, let's see. What's your main use for two-way courses, entrances and exits? Yeah, so Mike, I use two-way courses when it's too narrow to have two one-way courses. So as an example, let me grab the Dodge and I'll show you. So like this driveway over here going down from coming down to the street. So right over here. Like, I don't think this part down here is wide enough to have 2 one-way courses. So one coming up and one coming down like that. And the issue is, if you do that, if you have 2 one-way courses, the AI, when you set it, won't check to see. They have no idea if the vehicle coming up the driveway is going to collide into the vehicle coming down the driveway. They don't check that. Conversely, if you do it this way with 1 two-way course, it'll stop. If, let's say we have a vehicle leaving the farm and I've sent something back from a field across the map, that vehicle coming back from across the map will stop at the last waypoint where the vehicle coming out of the farm can pass it and wait to enter this section of the auto drive network until it's clear. So in that way, if you were running, say we got into carrots, like in all seriousness, like a root crop, and we were running trucks back and forth to the farm, like had 3 or 4 trucks going, this is the way you'd want it set up, because they'll wait until this route is clear. So the guy comes up, goes to the silo, comes back down, and they'll wait until that route is clear before sending the next vehicle on it. Versus having the 2 one-ways, when you don't have enough space, they'll run into each other. Now, like down here on the road, where there's obviously 2 lanes, you know, having 2 one-way courses, like the vehicles aren't going to run into each other down here, so there's no reason not to have 2 one-way courses. But on something narrow like this, definitely 2-way is the way to go. I also find that when you really get into auto drive and your networks get complex, that the routes that the AI will pick out is oftentimes faster if you make some of the main ways through your farm 2-way. And that way they can escape and they can get out of areas that in ways that maybe you didn't intend, or when you first set up they didn't need to. So setting up a reverse course, we're going to get the Dodge to park. So, and we're going to, the idea is the Dodge is going to park in this bay over here. All right, so we want him to basically back up something like this and come in here. Yeah, you need our header trailers, absolutely, Hig. I actually looked at header trailers today in the Mod Hub, and there were no good ones. The pause when you saw it. Yeah, Herman, it's starting. Old MacDon is haunted. The MacDon's going in prison with the Fent if it keeps that crap up. We're about done with it. I could read traffic like that. Such a good mod. Whoever code is amazing. Yeah, absolutely. I did see the seed planters on that one today, Isaac. Those look cool. Yeah, the auto drive stuff, it's almost a shame how little they put out about it, because there's so much to it that we just don't know. So when you want to put in a reverse course, you need a lot of room to get squared up. You do not want to come in and have your course, say, take a very short turnaround. It's just not going to work. So I'm actually going to come from this side. I changed my mind. So I'm going to use one-way courses, one-way secondary courses. So we're going to come in here, and what I want this guy to do is basically, he's going to start here. We're going to use a secondary course, and we need to pull much further up. FS Farmer, morning, welcome in. Do I like Mountain Dew, Isaac? That was a college drink for me. I've been off caffeine for about 2 years now. So no caffeine for me, no Mountain Dew. It was Mountain Dew, then it was Pepsi for a long time, but not anymore. So I'm going to pull way up on this course until I am sure that I am straight. Now look, I mean, that's way more space than you would need to get back into there if you were doing it. But you need to leave a lot of space for the auto drive courses to get squared up if you're going to back them in, because they don't do well. If you're using a trailer, it's even more. Like if you're backing a semi-trailer into something, you need probably 3 to 4 times the length of the trailer to pull up and get straight. So once I pull forward, this is all a forward course. You can see it's that yellow, gold, orange color. As I start to back up, it's going to change to the baby blue, the backup color. And you want to make very smooth, subtle changes, get it squared up. You want to just keep it as smooth as possible. And just like how it will pull forward to the last node, it will back up to the last node. So if you look now, they're coming out the back of the truck. So I want one more right there. Now, here's where it gets tricky to label these. If you look carefully, I'm going to switch sides so there isn't all that junk in the background. The node that's under the truck, you see the red bar coming down, is the one that it's going to label. But I want to label the one at the back by the hitch, because I want to back in this far. If I continue to back up, it's going to add more network behind me, more auto drive network behind me that I don't want. So I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to label it at the end, unlike when I do a forward course where I label it when I get to the point I want to stop. So this is as far as I'd want to pull in. Now, if you do this, you can park your truck here just like this. But when you go to use it, it's not going to be able to get out of the shed. It's going to crash, because this is, the light blue is a backing network only. So now, in addition to the pull-up we did on the other side, I need to pull forwards and reconnect to the auto drive network to get it to get out of the barn. So I'm going to pull forwards, basically straight out. And you can see we're back to the yellow dots. And I'm going to stop it right there and turn off the create network. And then I'm going to take this last dot and I'm going to connect it over to here for it to leave, or over here for it to leave this way. And now, so I will pull up towards the shed, I will back in here, and then I will park there. Now I still need to go set my parking point, so I back up until I have the node selected. I'm sure there's a hotkey for just clicking on it to label it. I don't remember what that one is. So back up until the red line is on the last node, come down to label it. We're going to call this park, dodge, save that. Then I'm going to come down here, I'm going to select the park dodge waypoint, and what did I say? Control right click, and now it says at the top, chosen parking destination, park dodge. You see the parking little square down here is white. So now if I pull this guy out, let's run him back to the beginning of the farm. So let's say once again he just came back from some sort of task, and he came back to our farm waypoint where we would just send all of our vehicles back and we detach all the trailers and everything else. If I click the park button on auto drive, he will follow his course. I'm going to leave the course up so you guys can see him reverse. I beat my head against the wall of auto drive for a long time. I have a couple hundred hours figuring it out, so it is brute force learning, not anything to be impressed with. Now that we are going to have a problem, because here we go, I'm going to give you guys one more crash counter here, I bet. Push all the trailers out of the way. Had to get that out of the way. So he'll come down here. Notice he's using our two-way course, so he's approaching from the way we want, the two-way here down in the middle. He'll pull all the way up to that front. Now watch, he's not going to get as far up as I did because they don't turn as sharply. So his angle's going to be not the same as mine when I pulled up. So look, he'll come up here and look how he's still angled the wrong way. That's why you need a really big pull-up. Then he's going to back up, and he eventually gets squared up. And he'll back all the way up. But it takes a lot of space to do a backwards parking spot. Boom, and he's done. Now, if I hadn't connected that forward, he couldn't get out of here. So I'm going to jump out real quick and just move our root crop trailer so it's not in the way. But now, if I were to cycle to this vehicle, say I was just going through, you know, all my vehicles, like, okay, I need to get this guy, I want to send him over to, you know, I don't know, we can send him somewhere on the farm. But if I come in here and I want to send him to the bale storage, if he was parked here and we hadn't done that forward network back out, he would just start turning directly towards the closest auto drive network point to him, which is likely going to take him into the walls of the shed, and he's going to crash a bunch. So you just set the point. Now he's willing and able to, I'll leave it on so you guys can see. He's able to get out of the shed. You guys can see it. He'll follow one of these 2 courses that I picked. There he goes. Now he's reconnected the auto drive network. Now notice I don't have any courses going to the left, so he's going to find his way through the network all the way back around until he finds the bale shed. Now, in watching this, obviously I should be putting in a 2-way coming out there where he can turn right. I should make that a 2-way so that everything coming out of the yard can go both directions and not loop this way. But this is where the network starts to get really, really big. You start to realize all the routes you want to have to get things places efficiently. You're going to have a bunch of stuff. So not always a good idea to run 2-way routes. There's definitely times you should. If you run all the places, then you'll have stuff running into each other. The 1-way does mean that you can run multiple vehicles. So if you think you're going to be at the point where you're running multiple vehicles on auto drive, I would do as many 1-way routes as possible so you don't have things running into each other. And boom, now he's at bale storage. So all set and good. All right, where are we at? At 7 now. I told you I gave you one more. Isaac, the Rabe, and the multi-drill. I did see those. Those look good. Tommy, that's why I was saying he's a man for auto drive, full map harvest, total chaos. I was saying, who was it? Mike, who are you talking to over in Discord? We're going to be wrapping up here, so I'm going to jump over to chatting. Who are you talking to in Discord about the Iowa Plains map? I almost jumped in and suggested to you guys, because I've done auto drive on that map, and it's really, really cool on that map. I was almost going to say, open the gate, free the fence. I was almost going to say on the Iowa Plains playthrough, that would be a map where you could do, oh, it was Rod. Okay, cool. You could do, like, a set of rules on that map would be you could only use auto drive outside of your farmyard and on fields. And then I turned it off for you, Higgs very sensitive about burning diesel. He's saying they go through a full tanker every day during corn harvest. Those fuel costs add up. But you could do, like on Iowa Plains, you could do a playthrough where you have to use auto drive to get anywhere. And you could build a whole road map for a whole road network on the map and everything else, and it'd be really cool. So, hashtag free the fent. Hey, Higgs a logistics guy. He's got it all down. He's moving equipment all over the place. So, yeah, that was a good little auto drive thing at the end. Lots of fun. Glad we got to do some root crops tonight. That was it was like a teaser. It was nowhere near as terrible as you guys wanted, but we did get a little bit in there. So I'll do a little bit more with auto drive, but probably between episodes just to get some stuff parked so I can get the yard cleaned up. We'll be pushing through. She yearns for the pole. This is why we can't do merch, because it starts off relatively harmless, and by the time we're done, none of us are going to be welcome at Cracker Barrel or Golden Corral for dinner with any BP merch on. But yeah, got some fun stuff done with the auto drive. Hope you guys liked that. I'm always happy to do that kind of stuff. If you guys have questions or thoughts, just jump in and ask. Tommy's back to Year 2 Supercut. That's a good one. The supercuts on the RC series turned out really well. They just the way the videos fell, the content worked really well. I'm fighting that a little bit on the Homestead series, because the Homestead series I'm on episode 19, and I think Year 1 took 17 episodes. So absolutely just a very different series timing wise. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. You guys always make best group of 12-year-olds for sure. We're all up way past our bedtime. That's the problem. I hope no one's feeding the gremlins. But yeah, I appreciate you guys being here. We're going to wrap it up here. And, it was a lot of fun. Got some good stuff done. And, we got some hashtags for the middle school meddlers. You guys are great. So, as always, thank you for being here. Our next live stream will be Sunday at 1:30. That's what we're sort of calling our European stream, so we can get the guys from over the pond in. Hopefully they can make it. If they can't, no big deal, but it's always great to see them. Yeah, Nuke, 1:30 Sunday Eastern. So Nuke, you're in Cali, so what's that, 10:30 Sunday, and then I'll be posting the schedule for next week sometime this weekend. I am out of town a chunk of time next week, so I probably won't get 3 or 4 streams in next week, but the goal is at least 1, possibly 2 during the week, and I'm hoping to be back in time to do one on Sunday. So I'll get that out to you guys once I finalize the schedule. 35 in my knees, 12 in my heart. Tommy, if your knees are 35, I'll take them. I think my knees are about 65, but yeah, absolutely. Raccoon, good night, absolutely. Yeah, Nuke, 10:30. I'm with Tommy on that. Feel that, Tommy. Yeah, thank you guys very much. As always, channel memberships are available. Mike, thank you again for the 5 gifted. That was incredible. I always say at the end of live streams, because there's always questions, you know, the videos you guys see on the channel that say members only, those are the early access for the members. All those videos come out. You guys will never have to pay for videos. You just got to wait for them to come out over the 5 video per week schedule. So don't ever stress about that. But thank you for being here tonight. You guys make these streams so much fun. It's like I said earlier, it's like Discord with a little bit of farming in the background. We're joking, having a good time. You guys are the best, and I love everything that's happened over in the Discord with everybody. Got a great community going over there. If you're not there, check it out. We have Sharzona. Yes, I do have videos explaining Courseplay. I have 2 of them on the channel. Check them out. They're under the... That's a great question. What is the actual title of that playlist? Let's see. I can pull it up real quick. It's right here. I bet someone will beat me to it, but it is under the Farm Sim Guides. There's a basic and an advanced guide to Courseplay. We haven't done anything with the integration for auto drive yet, but that video will be coming. But yeah, thank you guys so much as always. Really appreciate you guys being here. If you're not in the Discord, feel free to join. We have a ton of fun over there during the day. Higgs posted some great videos. We got guys putting together great playthrough ideas. We've got a multiplayer server that's coming together really well. It is a lot of fun over there. So thank you guys very, very much, and I will see you guys in the next one.